I was born on January 8th, 1988, in a small town in New Jersey. I was the second daughter to Jim and Ray England. My life started there, but I didn't stay for long. My life would be full of relocation to new places, pursuing new paths academically and personally, and full of change in general. My parents divorced when I was young. I lived with my mother and older sister in Houston, Texas until second grade, when we moved to New York State with my mother's new husband. This is where I really developed a passion for books and for reading. I had always loved to read, my grandmother modeling the importance of and love for reading. However, when we moved and my mother remarried, I found that it took on a whole new importance to me. It became a way to escape from certain responsibilities and aspects of my life. I began to read to my new younger sister aloud. I discovered the Harry Potter series in sixth grade and devoured it, reading it aloud to my younger sister all the while. My younger sister Kelly recently graduated from college and wrote me a letter saying that she believes that she would not have put such a huge emphasis on academics in her life if I had not started her on that path by sharing my love of reading. She recalled the memories we shared of discovering Hogwarts, the Chamber of Secrets, the Shrieking Shack, and so many other adventures together. I guess you could say my passion for teaching children through the love of reading started at home. I believe that my educational philosophy is built around my own personal experience with a particular teacher named Mrs. Rice while living in New York State with my mother. In seventh grade, I became withdrawn, overwhelmed, and angry due to the responsibilities at home. I retreated further and further into the escape that books offered me. Mrs. Rice, my social studies teacher, noticed. I had, and still do, have a hard time discussing what was going on at home, but I felt more comfortable writing about it. She asked me to write her letters, poems, anything so that I could communicate my thoughts to her in a way that I felt safe. She commended me on my writing skills, asking for more to read. She even invited me over to her house to have dinner with her and her family one evening. It felt great that someone was listening. Someone cared. Someone who saw me. Shortly after the dinner invite, my older sister and I moved to Illinois with my father. We left quickly over summer break, so I did not get a chance to tell Mrs. Rice thank you. Recently, after attending a beginning of the year meeting in which we discussed teachers who have influenced us greatly in some way, I looked up and found the email address for Mrs. Rice. I sent her an email letting her know what a huge impact she had on my life just by letting me know that she was there to listen and that I hoped to make a difference in just one student's life as she did for me. That would be enough. She replied that she had thought of me many times throughout her teaching career, wondering what had happened and where I had gone. She said that just as students remember great teachers, teachers remember great students, and those qualities made me stand out even when I was trying to hide. She said that all my students are lucky to have me, as she remembers my passion for reading and writing. Throughout my life, as I explored my identity and tried to figure out who I was as a person, my passion for reading was a constant. I attended the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, where I met the best friends of my life to this day. Their constant support keeps pushing me to challenge myself in both my career as well as personally so that I can be a better person every day. Their unconditional love is more than I could have ever hoped for. I graduated in May of 2010 with my best friends with a degree in English and creative writing. After graduation, I was unsure of what I wanted to do, so I fell back on my passion for reading, picking up small short-term jobs here and there and being a substitute teacher in my hometown. This helped me to realize my true passion, teaching with books. After graduating from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville with my secondary teaching license in English, I was fortunate enough to be hired on at Platteville Middle School as an intern for 7th grade reading and language. I've been at the same school in the same position since. In my 7 years of teaching, I again revisited my true passion, sharing the love of books with others. I realized that one of my goals was to kindle this passion in others so that it could support them in times of need as it did for me. I entered my classroom every day with 2 goals in mind: to guide students to kindle a passion for reading so that they can be lifelong learners one day, and to be a person in my students' lives that they know loves, cares for, and supports them, no matter the circumstances.